How the fuck did a 20-something-year-old with no education and no experience manage to land his ideal job? Seriously though, it's not to denigrate myself, but that's a good question. In fact, it's such a good question that I don't have the whole answer. But I do know that I tried a lot of things along the way, and I think I know which ones worked. So for the next 10 minutes, I'll be telling you what I did to land my dream job so that you can hopefully go and do the same. Come with me. Pop quiz, how many of you use LinkedIn on a regular basis? Because if you're not, then you're missing out on a massive opportunity. And yes, I know this isn't exactly an original idea, but just listen to me for 1 second. 87% of recruiters use LinkedIn. So why not take advantage of it? In fact, why not exploit that? Just by spending 15 minutes a day posting and commenting on LinkedIn and keeping an up-to-date profile, you'll make yourself so much easier to find and much more attractive to those recruiters. And as a bonus, an active LinkedIn profile just looks great to employers. Now, let's move on, it's a bit cold out here.
Alright, that last piece of advice was pretty standard, but now I'm just crazy, right? Am I really telling you to start a business so that you can get a job? Yes and no. It doesn't necessarily have to be a business, just a passion project that you share publicly is great as well. A YouTube channel, or a blog, maybe about your musical talents. But I still sound crazy, don't I? Okay, so from my perspective, it seems like hiring has taken a turn away from hiring resumes and towards hiring personalities instead. Experience and education are losing value while personality is gaining importance. This candidate was a better fit for our culture. That's all about personality. But what kind of personality does an employer want? Well, that depends on the employer, but some things are pretty universal, like a self-starter, someone ambitious, someone with confidence, someone with drive, the kind of person who'd start a side hustle. Now, I have to get back to my practice.
Nice. Okay, so we're back to the regular programming. I was once told something that really stood out to me during an interview. Out of over 100 applicants, only 3 had called ahead of time to ask questions about the position. And that had played a large part in getting me to that first interview. Calling ahead of time shows that they're proactive and thoughtful, ideal traits of a good employee. So why doesn't everyone do it? Well, I think it's psychological. It took me months of job searching before I started doing it myself. But that's good for us. It only works because no one else is doing it. Alright, you say. I'll start calling. But what do I ask about? Surely everything's been explained in the job posting. Well, that depends on you, and on what you want clarified. Which takes me to my next point, and let's go back into my office. Okay, we're back. There are very few things that I believe are more important than knowing who you are, where you've been, and where you want to go. These things are important not just in the sense of knowing what to ask before you send your application, but also just in the whole job searching process. Knowing where you've been defines your experience and your skill set. Knowing where you want to go defines what kind of role you're looking for, what kind of responsibilities, what kind of future growth opportunities. And who you are defines your strengths, your weaknesses, and whether or not you fit into the culture at that company. So obviously knowing these things are not just important to be able to land a good job, but they're also necessary to know if you should even take the job if offered. And that's it. Those are the 4 things that I did that seemed to work. I had an active LinkedIn profile. I ran a passion project, this YouTube channel. I called before every application, and I knew who I was. So let me know if you decide to try any of these things out, and let me know how well it goes, because as I said, these are the things I think worked. So I don't know how much of an effect they actually have. And maybe you're already doing some of these, in which case let me know down in the comments below. And I want to say thank you for watching, and I look forward to our next video together.